Hey guys, it's Steve-O. Wanted to give everyone a quick review, video review of the Gear IconX 2018 version. Now, some of y'all may have landed here because you had last year's version and you want to see this year's version. Maybe you're just looking for a headset to work out in. Either way, I'm going to try to give y'all just a quick overview of this unit so you can make an educated decision on which one to get. So what I want to do is just first talk about all the things that came in the box, right? So obviously, the thing that came in the box is this is your charger that also doubles as a case, or you could say case that doubles as a charger, either way. But what you'll see is that it has the two green LED lights on the front to let you know that the unit's actually charging. You've got an LED in the back that when it's charged in, that will turn from either red to let you know it's charging or green if it's fully charged. There's a Bluetooth button. Of course, there's a USB-C connector for you to plug it into a computer or to a just a charging brick. This is your button to actually open up the case, and you'll see those are actually the earbuds themselves. So let's put that to the side. Also, what came in the box is the quick start guide. Now, what I would tell you most of the time is to just go ahead and just file that to the side. But here's the thing: there's a lot of swipes and taps and double taps that you probably want to just make yourself aware of how that works. So when you're not in the gym, you don't look like a complete idiot while you're tapping or swiping or whatever, and you don't know what's going on, especially if you're trying to raise the volume or skip tracks, etc. Next are going to be a bag of various ear wings and tips to kind of make this earbud really comfortable in your ear and make it nice and snug fit for you, which I think Samsung did a nice job, including all those appropriate accessories. What also came is the typical USB-C charging cable. You guys have seen that before. What's interesting too is that Samsung provided a what they call is a USB connector for you to do the transfer either to a phone. If you want to transfer music that way. Obviously, if you want to transfer music from your computer to the headset, you would use this cable. But if you want to go from phone to the headset, you use one of these cables. This is with USB-C, and this is with the micro USB if you've got an older phone. So they gave you everything you needed for you to do the transfer that way. So how does it compare to last year's model? Well, let's just take a look. So first, on the left is the 2018 version. This is 2017 version, so to speak. You can see that the case on the newer version is a little bit wider but shorter. And I think that's what I think is to allow a better battery life. I'll get into that in a minute. The actual earpieces themselves, you'll see that what they did is they, instead of doing a sidewards type, docking, they did just vertical. So just a minor change there. They also got rid of the gold ring. One of the things they also got rid of is, you'll notice last year's it has this little sensor right here that's a heart rate monitor, and I would tell you that that gave me nothing but trouble. So I'm glad that they got rid of that, because if you look at the actual headset itself, there are no heart rate monitor or no sensors whatsoever. So, okay, so the specs on this, right, let's just take a look at this real quick, is that the specs claim 5 hours streaming and 7 hours MP3. And why is that? Because it comes with roughly about 4 gigs of onboard memory for you to store music. It has fitness tracking and running coaching, voice commands, and of course the ergonomic and secure fit. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. What came in the box. What I'll tell you is, what are the advantages of this unit over last year's? I would say everything from last year has been improved. Everything. First thing, battery life. Battery life has gone from 1.5 hours to 5 hours. I've tested that thoroughly, and I will tell you I'm easily getting 5 hours battery on streaming music from my Samsung Music using the Samsung Music app on my phone. I would tell you at the most I got 1.5 hours on the old version. And that means that if you're doing a longer workout and then throwing in some cardio, this is not going to make it. This is guaranteed to make it. Guaranteed to make that workout no matter what. The other thing too that I noticed is that if I left this sucker in my bag longer than 2 or 3 days and didn't use this headset, the earpieces were dead, as was the battery case. This one I've tested, not because I'm not working out every day, but because I wanted to see how long the sucker would last. And this thing has been in my bag for a week, and still there was some little bit of battery left in the case, but more importantly, the earbuds themselves were fully charged. So the battery life, huge improvement. The next thing is the fit. Even though last year they did come with the same type of ear wings and earbuds to make that comfortable fit, this year's, I'm telling you, I've done everything you can imagine. Jump rope, jogging, everything you can imagine. These are not going to fall out. Great fit. The next thing, great sound. While the sound on these were good, these are even better. Basses sound deep, and the trebles are clean. I'm telling you, great sounding headset. Now, is this up for debate? I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of people that are going to comment back and say, "Oh, I don't like these. They like the Bose better." Well, then I think that's their opinion. That's fine. I can tell you, I'm very happy with the way that these work. Last year, my complaint with this unit was the fact that if I had to do any software update or transfer of any music, I was forced to use a cable no matter what. Whether it didn't matter if I was doing the update or the transfer of music, I had to use the cable. This year's version, I can use the Samsung Gear app to transfer music. Now, mind you, it's one song at a time, but still, that's better than having to use a cable, especially if you want to try to do the streaming. You could sit there while you're at your desk bored, or if you're in bed and you're just kind of playing around, you can transfer easily 10, 15 songs, yes, one at a time, but you at least do it via Bluetooth versus using this cable. When I first got this unit out of the box, it required a software update. Guess what? Didn't need this cable. I was able to use the Samsung Gear app. So the last but not least thing that I love about this unit is that I know that we've all been in the gym and someone walks up to you and they want to talk to you, even though they clearly see you're trying to get your gains in and you've got your earbuds in, but they still want to ask you about something. So last year, when I pulled these guys out and put it in my pocket, notoriously what it would do is it would just stop playing music. Now, some may say, hey, I like that option. But maybe you're like, hey, you know what? The conversation is going to be pretty quick. I don't want to have to put the earbud back in, tap, swipe. Others. I don't do all that. What I'm saying is if it's like, hey, do you mind if I cut in and just get an extra set in? Sure, no problem. If I did this last year, if that conversation happened, this sucker, no matter what, had to tap, swipe, get everything going, to restart the music. This one, if you pull out the left earbud and just say, hey, what would you say again? Because the sound's so good and you're this snug and you're not going to hear all that extraneous noises in the gym. If that is a quick conversation and then you put the left earbud back in, then well, you know what happens? Music's still going, no problem. So I really like that. I really, really think that's a nice change. So all in all, what I would say is if you're looking for a headset for the gym, for jogging, and I know there's features that I didn't cover off on, like the voice commands or running coach and all the other stuff. And I look, am I saying that is great? No, because I really haven't had any need for it. What my goal was to see is how does it work for lifting weights and running, on the treadmill, whatever. These have worked just fine for that. Is it worth the price tag of $200? I think that's debatable. I think that is a little on the high side. But I think, if you watch them on, for sales, they'll probably go on sale for $150. The question would be, is that still too high? I think, $100 is probably a better price for these, in my opinion. But if you're looking for a great headset, you start the New Year's resolution and you just wanted something to keep you motivated, I will tell you, you will not be disappointed with this headset. The fit, the battery, the connectivity, the sound, all those things have been greatly improved, and these are just a highly recommended headset in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got. Here's the thing. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up, on the bottom as usual. And what I'll do is do my best to respond to your questions. And like I say, I hope this helps and you guys making the right decision on this headset. But again, I just think they're awesome. So like I say, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for listening.